Hello, welcome back to my mini channel. I'm a life reset and confidence coach, and I help women navigate big life shifts like going through a messy divorce, starting over, or just not really knowing who they are right now. And I thought this was perfect timing because I wanted to do a little reflection before I get started. I went through an early divorce myself, didn't know who I was, did not know what to do with my life. My career had ended at that point, like because I left. And I was like back with my parents thinking, what do I do now? I was a mess. I didn't know what to do. And that led me on a journey of self-discovery of where I am today. Like I am only at the start of my journey of personal development and growth and all of the good stuff. And as I stand here today, I'm about to actually go and speak at the University of Miami. Big deal for me. It's a first ever speaking engagement, but also it's a reminder of the reflection of the journey of my becoming, of where it takes. I didn't get here by accident. I got here by taking some steps. I had to get around the right people. I had to take some risks. I had to be scared. I had to sit in the dark, in the unknown for a long time. I had to go through more heartbreak, more pain, and everything to get to this part of my journey today. It's made me super strong, but I also wouldn't recommend some of the journey that I went on. It's been hard. It's been a hard road to get here. It doesn't have to be like that. If we regulate our nervous systems, if we believe in ourselves from the beginning, we wouldn't have had to go through the pain that some of us go through, including myself. So how can we do that? How can we rebuild that? This is exactly what I'm going to go talk about to some students, and it's close to my heart because where I was sat in their seat 10 years ago in a business university in the UK thinking, what do I do with my life? Mine went a bit of a different path. I got married early and then, carried on with that part of my life. If I didn't, my life might look very different. I might have gone traveling and followed my desires to, who knows, go to speaking events or build a fully remote business. That didn't exist to me back then. And I want to talk about self-belief and self-confidence because who you see today, that's been a work in progress to get to this moment right now. And like I say, I'm not at my end destination either. Nobody is. Everybody's working and learning all the time. So don't look at anybody else and think, yeah, but they've got it figured out. She knows what she's doing. No, don't compare yourself to anybody else in their journey. You were born at a different time. You've lived different lives. They have different capabilities and strengths and weaknesses than you. There is no comparison here. Good luck on their journey. Wish them the best. But focus on you. This is your journey, your life right now, not theirs. So how do we get that self-belief? By taking the steps, taking the actions one step at a time, okay? This is not a growth of like, oh, you went through divorce, now you're speaking at an engagement in Miami. No, it was gradual steps. And don't believe anybody who says they got there overnight. Yeah, someone might blow up on Instagram one time and they've got loads of followers, great, but that doesn't really mean anything. The building work starts within you and actually being aware of where you are right now in your journey. Awareness is number one. Once you are in the present moment and say, okay, this is my life, this is where it is, and this is where I would like to go, and having that vision for the future. What does it look like to you? And that's the hard question most people don't know how to answer. But if you start working on yourself, that answer will come. So first steps is little steps towards a life that you want, taking gradual action, starting the inner work. So nervous system regulation, starting with the breath work, start with journaling, start getting serious about who you are. When did you last look inwards? For me, it was, who is Amy? I went through a divorce. I had no idea who I was. I was somebody else's wife for a long time. And I literally, as I was preparing for the presentation today, I was looking back at pictures from the wedding and I was like, who is that? I don't know who that is. I can't relate to that version of me. And I don't know why. Probably because I blocked it out of my memory and, it was a time in my life. But you've got to get a little bit real about who you are today. And just because you aren't where you want to be, that's okay as well. It's a journey. And I guess a lot of people want to rush that healing journey. They want to rush the process, rush to be a millionaire, rush to build a business, rush to be in a relationship again. All right. Have you done the inner work? Did you actually do anything to improve for the next step? That's where the magic lies, but nobody talks about it. Everyone just goes straight to strategy or straight into the business, not looking at self. I would have done things very differently if I knew who I am today, but I guess that's my journey of my becoming, of who I really am. And it's sad that I had to go through so many hard things to realize that journey of me. And I'm preparing for this presentation, but also I wanted to jump on here and share this momentum that I'm in right now. Because self-trust and self-belief is with everyone, i.e. lack of it, lack of self-trust, trusting your yes again. That was one of the most powerful journeys I went on. I want to do that thing. Cool. Who's going to take you there? I am. I have to take me there. So Amy wants to do that thing. Amy has to trust her yes. You have to trust your yes. You want to go out there and see the world, or you want to go out there and build a business, great, but do you trust you? So the trust starts within yourself. And I know it's scary, and I know it's scary showing up online, and I know it's scary sharing your truths, but that's the start of it. Maybe you want a different life. And I'm going to speak on this today. You want a different life? Great. You can change. I don't care really if you're 30, 40 or 50. You can change your life at any point. Because the life you're living right now does not have to stay like this forever. Even if you are in a marriage or in a relationship or with somebody, what about if they're draining your energy? What about if that job is sucking everything out of you? Is that the only option? I mean, I'm being real here, but I'm also being super honest, because sometimes we sugarcoat what it really is like to change your life. And I say this from the bottom of my heart because I've changed my life. And I don't say this because I have everything figured out. I don't have everything figured out. I'm not in a relationship. I'm building this business. I have a vision. But that doesn't mean that I have this perfect life. Nobody does. Anyone on social media, like anyone who's showing up, they say they do, they don't. Everyone has them doubts, the negative self-talk, the belief system, the confidence. But here's the thing. It's trainable. We can improve on it. We can build on this. But that's amazing, right? Because you are the creator of your life. You get to create this next version of you. How amazing. Everyone always talks about the hardness of a heartbreak. Yes, divorce is hard. Yes, losing somebody is hard. And what that does is, if you can use that pain to build something, to help other people and give back to others and help yourself along the way, that's the journey. You know, I often get the question of like, oh, you know, I want to find my purpose. I want to find my joy and who I am in life. Right. First step is helping somebody else in their journey, because it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about helping others on their journey. Start there. You have so much more to give in life, so much more. But we only touch the very, very bare start of it. If we started unpeeling that, like, oh wow, yeah, I can do this. Oh wow, look, I can do that. And you know what my belief system is? If they can do it, I can do it. You're telling me somebody out there who's, I don't know, whatever life that I want, because I have a dream life. Yours is different to mine. You're telling me that they are different to me, or you're the person, whoever you want to kind of be there with or would look up to. They don't have anything different than you. They're not smarter. They haven't got more money. Well, they might have more money, but they don't have, there's nothing drastically different. We are all created. We're all kind of the same in some way. So yes, they might have worked a bit harder than you. Yes, they might have put more reps in, but you're going to get there too. So start enjoying the journey. Enjoy the journey of this next step in your life. And I know there's things that we should be worried about, and I know that I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, life is perfect. I keep repeating that. But you can find the joy in every single day. How do you wake up happy? How do you wake up with joy? You know, most of the time people wake up and The cortisol kicks in and we're like, oh my gosh, look at the day ahead. It's raining, it's cold. What do I do? This is not my life. Oh, I'll just give up. Who's in control there? Who? Not you. You're not in control because your mind is running it for you. We have to work on the mastery of ourselves. We are in control of this. So how can we create that reality as soon as we wake up in the morning? What can we do? I start with meditation. I start with getting into my mind. I prime myself, learned by some of the best in the world, i.e. your Tony Robbins of the world. Prime your mind, number one. Then I wake up, I go straight, either have a shower or move my body or just do something that's not on my phone. I don't check my emails. I don't do anything. Yes, I'm a creator and I do this online, but I log in when I want to log in and I log out. You don't spend your life on there, or else you get sucked into the world of comparison or doing the thing. And creating that joy into your life. How can we do that? Dancing, movement, music. Maybe you work from home, great, get the music on, do your spreadsheets and just enjoy it. Maybe you're in the office, but you can have your earphones in, you can listen to music, but you can get up and have a dance. Who said you can't? Who said? You can move your body, just enjoy the life, right? Go out with your friends. If you don't have any immediate friends, I travel, so I sometimes don't have my closest friends around me. Go to an event, go somewhere, go alone. Look what you can do. Again, start building that momentum within yourself, that powerfulness, that I can do it attitude. You're not going to get there by staying in your room or wishing that it will come true. I believe in manifestation. I hugely believe in manifestation. It's a big part of my life. But you've got to meet that halfway. So for example, let's use me as an example. I wanted to come here to do some speaking because I have a voice I want to share with others. This is part of my purpose. But I went to an event and then got invited, and then that's how it kind of worked out. I put the intention there, but I also showed up. That's how it meets, right? You can have everything you want in your life. You can. Look at some of the greatest people in the world who have maybe come from humble backgrounds or backgrounds that you think, how did they get there? Because they didn't give up. I'm not giving up. You're not giving up. So we keep going, right? But we build on a foundation of that nervous system, that regulation, because trust me, once you get to the dream life or that place you want to be, if you've created that from rocky ground, like, oh, nothing's working, I'm nervous, you're gonna have the exact same when you get there. I think people think that once they make it or they have more money that they will be settled, or that's it, I made it. It doesn't work like that, because once we get to that next level, there's more stuff we have to deal with. Money helps, but money's not the driver. So how can we create that nervous system within self to start with? This is something I work on intensely in my programs because it requires energy, it requires work, it requires you facing self. I can guide you. Any mentor and coach can guide you, but you have to do the inner work as well, just like I have. So yeah, that is part of the journey. Manifestation is becoming of that journey and the spiritual side of the belief aspect, and having an inner knowing that you're not doing this alone. You could get a mentor or a coach, but you are not alone with the higher powers. There's somebody else, but we're not here alone. Whatever you want to believe in, this is my belief system, but it's also got me where I am today because I know I can let go a little bit, that I trust and that I allow. You can too. You know, after this, if you're watching this wherever you are in the world, and take some time after it, get your notepad and pen. Where are you going? Maybe you never looked at your journey ahead. Now, I don't believe in a 10-year plan. I really don't believe in them. I think they don't work, and when you don't... anyway, I'm not getting into this 10-year plan. What I do believe in is a vision, a future life that you are creating. Where do they live? What do they eat? How do they behave? What is that version of you? That's what I want you to work on. Yes, we have the work before that. Well, beautiful. We get to do the work, right? Thank you. But that vision never leaves. We're going to work towards it. This is our goal in life. It could be having a house, it could be driving your favorite car, it could be having your dream partner. Why not you? Why not you? If they can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, they can do it. We can do it. But you've got to start with the belief system. You've got to start with like, I know what, I can do this. Even when you don't feel like it. That's the secret. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that today. I'm going to keep them nice and short. And if any time you ever want to reach out to me, say, oh, you know what, Amy, I could do with some support in this, this, and this. I really want to get to that part of my life, but my nervous system is here. Reach out to me. Say, you know, Instagram, here on YouTube, wherever. I'm going now to go and do my in-person event. I'm excited. I'm going to go and share it with the world and really hope and support others on their journey of self-belief.